Fuck. Alright, so time now is 10:33 p.m. a.m. on January 22nd. Um yeah. Um fuck. Slept from 3:20 till 10:30. Finally, I've broken the 4 a.m. curse. Yay. But I did not immediately fall asleep. Despite having taken one melatonin pill, it took me 19 years to fall asleep. It took a long, long time. Maybe I still fell asleep at 4. I don't know, but I think that's a good start. I think that's a really good start. Um, Even if I fall asleep at 4 today, I wake up at 8 tomorrow. Which I think 4 hours is terrible, but it's still 4 hours, you know? My limit is 4. If I sleep less than 4 hours, I just start dying, but yeah. God, it's so cold. Um, yeah, my hair is terrible. You can tell how good a person's sleep is by how good their hair is when they wake up. Um, yeah, so yesterday was stressful. Hopefully today's less stressful. Last night at 2:43 a.m., Elin, somehow I thought she's the kind of girl who would sleep early and wake up early, but she suddenly saw my IG text saying, "Oh, oof, you're not free on January 27th, then I guess Ken will have to take over." And she said, "Okay, dot dot dot," which, fuck, like, I feel Elin's beginning to be pissed at me as well. Maybe it's just me being paranoid. I feel like I am really paranoid because I always find ways to think that everyone hates me. And I feel like I'm beginning to enter that rabbit hole right now. And it's even worse that it's a big crew. If everyone turns their back against me, I'm basically screwed. So, yeah. Last night I was like just thinking, how will I convince Elin? Like, what if Elin freaks out and yells at me and wants to quit immediately, thinking that the whole thing is ruined because she's not going to be involved on day 2? Um, so I thought that I will have to do a cool monologue to convince her. Like, I'm gonna get all serious and shit, and I'm gonna be like, Elin. And I'll say her name because, saying someone's name is impactful. I'll be like, Elin, prove to me that. First of all, I'll say sorry. I'll apologize that this production is unorganized. It's the first time I've produced a short film this big. I've tried my best. I'm sorry if I've disappointed you, you know. But look, I chose you because I needed you because I thought you would be great as production designer. So please don't waste that effort. Prove to me that you're committed. Prove to me that you'll stick till the end because you're just that great of a production designer. Um, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I don't know. Learning about Leslie yesterday was not good. You know, hopefully it doesn't emotionally affect me at all in the next few days. Um, I'm scared that it's gonna be like back in March of 2021, where when I found out that Mary has a boyfriend, I was depressed for a couple of weeks. I think it'll be okay though, but yeah, fuck her. Um, but yeah, again, I'm glad I've moved on. I'm glad I'm gone from her, so I don't need to see her face anymore. So yeah, 11 a.m., like 20 minutes later, I'll be having a meeting with Elin and Ken. And then at 12 at noon, I'll be having a call with Lauren. At 2 p.m., at 1:30, I'll leave to USC. And then at 6 p.m., Benny will pick me up, and then Benny, me, Elin, Ken will all head over to the restaurant to start setting things up. No one's joining us. Yeah, Sitlali responded to my text last night. I was like, "Hey Sitlali, so has Elin told you about my short film?" And she's like, "Just a bit." Okay, I don't know. Tensions are high, especially because Sitlali and I were in ends and means. If it's some random person, it would be nice, but no. I sense some tension right there. It's okay. I'll salvage this. Thank God I didn't ask Red to come along. But yeah, it's time for the stress. It's inevitable, but it's time for the stress, baby. It's time for the stress. Yeah, again, like, if there's any problem that happens during the production, I am the one to blame because I'm the director. I'm like Jesus Christ. I need to carry all the sins on the back of my weight. Even if it's not my fault, it's my fault because I'm the man who started it all. The same way we all put the blame to Kuchio for Film 33 because he's the man who started Film 33. All this drama, pain, and suffering happened because of him. Same for me. I have to take the blame. You know, it's called good sportsmanship or directorsmanship. I don't know. And I need to be a real boss about it. You know, I need to be smiley and cheery and confident. I need people to see that I'm confident and that I know what I'm doing, you know. That's the whole point. Even if I act my way through it, even if it's just a performance, I have to do it. I need to convince people that I know what I'm doing. Even if I don't, I need people to know that I know. So yeah, losing Cliff and Elin is detrimental, but Lauren and Ken are still there. And I do trust them quite a bit, actually. I don't know. I don't think I'll be joining a frat anyways because it's like $2,000 per semester. What does that mean?
Like you can get them cheaper for like lenses that people return. I think they are like removing.
Oh, dang.
Whoa, Gattaca. I can't go to Home Depot without buying a million tools, so you gotta...
Without buying what?
Whenever I go to Home Depot, I end up buying tools.
Okay. What kind of tools?
Whatever.
Bruh. Wow, you're the only white man here.
Pretty cancerous, but it's fire.
Okay.
You haven't had crab sticks?
Yeah, it's crab sticks.
Is it real crab or fake crab?
I have no idea. Even better.
Great.
Oh, 这样。谢谢。
Okay, you know what? I'll get sauce.
How's everybody feeling? Okay.
Are you recording this?
So yeah, I guess a few things we need to... unless you have any opening thoughts. Should we start doing teasers on Instagram?
What do you mean teasers?
Should we start that on the Instagram or the?
No, don't film me. That's not how it
I'm
works.
not gonna film you.
We got this off the floor, off the street. Okay.
Alright, time now is 2:25 a.m. in the morning. Fuck, I need to go to sleep ASAP right now. Just a quick talk about what happened today. The first half of today was stressful. Again, it's like one of those things where when you're alone, you just tend to get stressed out, but when you're with people, that stress sort of goes away. But yeah, this morning I just didn't have time to eat good breakfast, good lunch. For breakfast, I had some cereal, which is as simple as it can get. I immediately had a call with Ken and Elin at 11 a.m. Finalized some stuff with them in terms of art, department, props, stuff like that, my wardrobe, transportation, yada yada. Then at 12, that call went on for like 17 minutes or so. I don't know. It was fast. And then at 12, I had to call with Lauren to figure out the shot list for scene 7 and scene 11, which are the shot lists for the empty area. And that took a long time. That took 1.5 hours. And it went on and on and on until like 11:30, and until 1:30 p.m. And I'm like, fuck, because I have classes at 2 p.m. So I was getting anxious, but then at the same time, I want to clarify what I want to do with Lauren. And it's also fucking crazy. Lauren's a real professional, and here I am trying to explain to him my crazy, silly Buddha idea. He can't even spell Buddha correctly. He spelled it as Buddah. He can't say Miss Chung, so he kept asking me how to pronounce her name. It's hilarious. But anyways, the shot list is done. We added a couple more shots. He's worried that it's too many shots, but fuck me, I don't know. I immediately cooked myself. I immediately thought, first of all, I wasn't even hungry. I'm not in the mood for eating. Second of all, I immediately thought of what I can make as fast as possible. And I snapped. Instant noodles. I'll crack an egg in the noodles, and then I'll add some bok choy, and then I'll just call it lunch. Solid lunch, whatever. So I did that within 10 minutes, and I ate it up. And then I took a bus at 1:50 something to school, was late for a couple minutes, but A-okay, and attended CTCS 300. I sat beside Ryan. I'm like, hey, I immediately saw him, so I sat beside him the whole class. There were so many moments during class today where I wanted to raise my hand and talk, but I'm just too stressed out to do that. So I'm just like, yeah, fine. But yeah, I watched a bulk of Battleship Potemkin again, and then fuck, I'm sleepy. And then I watched A Man with a Movie Camera. It's crazy that after the whole class is done, I still had a little time, so I waited at the lobby outside of the classroom or the theater, and then Benny finally arrived. I got into Benny's car, and off we go. So again, first half of the day, bit stressed. The moment I hopped onto Benny's car, and Benny was like, well, this shoot has gotten a little interesting. And the thing is, no one thinks it's going wrong. In Ensign means 90% or 95% of the people know that it's going wrong. But honestly, right now, only me, Benny, and maybe Elin, and maybe Ken knows that there might or might not be some tension, because Elin and Benny do not get along. They do not get along at all. And also with the Ariel thing, and thank God I'm like the middleman, so I sort of resolved the issue by bringing Ariel on, and Benny's okay with it now, and Elin and Ken are happy about it, so okay, dokily. Even during the call with Ken and Elin, I was like, hey man, I'm sorry that the production seemed unorganized. Like, and Elon's like, yeah, we'll talk about that later. And Ken's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. I don't want to. I want to apologize because I want to take responsibility, and I don't want to come off like an egotistical, self-righteous prick. But at the same time, I don't want to be spineless and be apologetic. I need to find a sweet spot in the middle. So I'm gonna do that. But thank God Elon didn't like start the Zoom or start the Discord call by saying, "Hey Enoch, I quit." Thank God she didn't do that. So yeah. But everything went way better when me, Benny met up with Elin, Ken, and Takumi. We went into the restaurant and yeah, Ken and the restaurant boss and the desk lady communicated really well, surprisingly well, considering that the boss had such a thick Sichuan accent. But I think if you grow up all your life speaking Mandarin, I think even through the accent you'll be able to communicate fine. But for me, not. So, and Ken's personality doesn't even change when switching languages. He's just as cool and confident. In fact, in Mandarin, he's even more confident. He's complimenting them, like saying thank you, you're great, you're awesome. And it's like, god damn. Also, like, I enjoy being on sets with a lot of, I guess, Chinese or Chinese adjacent people, or people who can similar cultural backgrounds like Taiwan and Malaysia and Singapore, maybe, because I get to talk to them and haha, like inside jokes and things that only us will get, like chopsticks and Asian parents jokes and whatever. But nowadays I try to tone that down. I don't want to be all, oh, Asian, yeah, I just, it's LA. But Ken sort of is into that mode. I mean, to be fair, Benny's the only white guy in the team, and me, Elin, Ken, Takumi, we're all Asians, and none of us are Chinese. Anyways, it went well. We set up stuff. Not too long after me and Benny left again, we went to Best Buy to buy the hard drive. So the hard drive conundrum. So 2 days ago, the hard drive didn't come. Today, the hard drive is coming again. Last night, I canceled the hard drive order and reordered it, which is a pain in the ass because the first time I ordered the hard drive, I had a gift card from my second aunt, and originally the hard drive cost $120. Now it costs $45. Then I canceled it, and they're gonna refund me back the money. But because of that, now I have no more gift card, so I'm buying the full price again, $120. Today they're about to send it to me. Great. Except not great, because apparently I have to be present in person and say a confirmation password to the Amazon person in order to get it. And I can't do it over the phone. So it's impossible for me to get the hard drive today. Tomorrow's the fucking shoot, you dum-dum. So, what happens is, that Benny was like, let's just go to Best Buy and get a hard drive. And I'm like, sure. So we went to Best Buy. And sometimes I forget that this is my short film and I'm running this short film. And it's the first time I've ever felt that way. Because in all my previous short films are so small, it's like, oh, it's me. I know everything that happened. I know everything that went on. Right now, Ken, Elin, and Takumi are handling the art stuff at the restaurant. And I have no idea what's going on there. And I and Benny, I was gonna be like, scared and stressed and walk around, like do everything fast. But I realized that, I should take a step back and relax. I should walk around Best Buy and just chill a little bit. And I'm sure Benny's that kind of guy as well. So we really did. We looked at the hard drives and I found the exact hard drive I want to get on Amazon. It's also $120. Fine. Yippee-ki-yay. And we walked around looking at Sony cameras, and Benny looked at laptops. There's a Blu-ray section, and you know me, squirmy little baby, there's a Blu-ray section. And I found a very cheap copy of Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I bought it. It's only $12. It's super cheap. For a Blu-ray, for a 4K Blu-ray, super duper cheap. The the case of the Blu-ray is absolute garbage, but I think it's okay because eventually I'll buy A24 Collector's Edition anyway. So this is just like a cheap disc I can bring anywhere to watch. So that's cool. So yeah, I just got everything ever all at once. And then we went to Home Depot to buy some command hooks. But yeah, we returned to the restaurant and we're all dying of hunger. I was dying of hunger. Originally, I wanted to just like eat a granola bar in Benny's car, and then I'll wait until I go back home and cook myself dinner. We ended up just going out for dinner. We went to a restaurant nearby called Yang Guo Fu or something like that, and it's this crazy noodle restaurant where you can just pick and choose whatever noodles you want, and you can just order. So it's similar to that other Taiwanese restaurant I've been to. And Elin, Takumi, and Ken, they've never been to East LA, or they've rarely come here, so they're kind of shocked, especially Ken. Ken was like, oh my god, duck's blood. Ooh, oh man, I miss this so much. I want to bring it back to Taiwan. And I'm just here thinking, you're missing out, brother. You're missing out. But yeah, everyone had fun. Benny's the only white person in a 50-mile radius. It's hilarious. Actually, no, there are white people in Home Depot. But yeah, we had the noodles. It was great. While having the noodles, Benny pulled up his laptop and did a Zoom call with the entire family, with Cliff, and then Justin P showed up in Cliff's house, and then Ariel's there. I think her sister made a cameo. And then Lauren's there, and Naja joined the call as well. So it's like, oh my god, this is actually happening. All these people, all these talented people with history and stories and secrets and lives and lores, and they're all assembled in front of me just for me. And Ken was even like, oh wow, I miss you guys so much. Like Justin P and Ariel, because it's probably been a while since Ken has seen them. Maybe Cliff too. And Elin's like, yeah, well, good thing someone wrote a short film so that we're reunited. So, holy shit, my short film became the new Jordan's Keys. So, this is crazy, and I feel like I still haven't fully grasped how crazy this is. Every single short film I do something crazier. This time it's like, all these people coming together to help me. I'm honestly scared for life, but yeah. There are a couple moments before I and Benny went off to Best Buy. Benny randomly said, "So, Elin, do you know what you're doing here?" And that's such a weird question because that implies Elin doesn't know what she's doing. And Elin's like, "Why did you ask that? Do you think I don't know what I'm doing?" And Benny's like, "Oh no, that's not what I mean." And it's like, bruh, why did you even ask that? You fool. And then a little bit later during the restaurant, when Benny was ordering and it was only Elin, me, Ken, and Takumi, Elin's like, sit beside me. I don't want to sit beside Benny. I don't want to sit beside Benny. And I'm like, fine. So I ended up, Elin was sandwiched between me and Ken. That sounds gross, but I was sitting to the very right side of the table, and Elin was to my left, and then to her left is Ken, and then opposite of Ken was Takumi. But yeah, it doesn't seem like Elin hates Benny. It does seem like there's tension, but in a comedic way almost. Like, Elin and Benny still talk, and they still talk casually almost. In a very chill way, like, oh yeah, tomorrow's gonna be good. They small talked about like credit cards and stuff because Elin's card got hacked or whatever. But yeah, it's like comedic almost. But anyways, everyone seems to be pumped for tomorrow. I need to sleep ASAP. I just took a melatonin pill. Came back home, I chilled. I tried to download cracked Adobe Premiere Pro on my new laptop. Fuck, I can't. I don't know how the hell am I gonna do it anymore. I don't know how is it possible to get a cracked Adobe Premiere Pro anymore. But we'll see. No rush though. I tested out the hard drive. It works. Yay. I tried to get Venmo to work. It doesn't work as well. It linked my phone number to some random email I've never seen before. Hopefully the restaurant boss has Zelle. And not much else. I'll be waking up early bird. I'm an early bird. And hopefully there's crafty and stuff, and I'll bring a granola bar just in case I die of hunger on my way there. But yeah, fuck. Tomorrow's the day. Good thing is I'm not breaking down in tears right now. I feel like because this is the 7th time I've made my short film, I have some confidence in me. Instead of feeling like holy shit, these people are coming here to do that for me, I still feel this way, but I don't feel pained anymore because I feel like my people, my crew, and my cast do trust in me a tad bit. Because they've known me for some capacity. Maybe aside from Jake or Leland, the actress, but everyone else. I've known Cliff since October 2022. We've been through shit, okay? I've known Benny for a long time. Benny trusts me. I fully trust Benny, even though Benny's not a great person to work with. But, like, I know how he works, and I know how to work with him. Yeah. I think it'll work out. Yeah. But yeah, being a director definitely is, like, emotionally challenging thing. Like, you need to be a strong, resilient person who keeps their head clear throughout the shoot. It's much different from it's different from the technical stuff like DPing, PDing. They're kind of technical. They're a little artsy, but gaffer, set dresser, they're technical stuff. But being a director is purely like just a psychological tug of war. So yeah, we'll see. I made an Instagram story about this, just a cryptic teaser, and Leslie decided to reply to me saying, good luck with a clover emoji. Wow. So nice. Clover. I've received a clover from Leslie. So I hearted her reply and said thanks, and that's it. No comment. No comento. No comento. No. So, yeah. Fuck her. I think when I make violent film, I'll ask her for permission, but I will never speak to her ever. It's done deal, brother. A thanks is all you get. Sorry, bro. Sorry, brother. Okay, so time now is 8:52 a.m. on January 23rd. Yeah, it's a short film shoot. Day 1. Yeah. Slept from 3:40 to 8:45, but I sort of woke up like a couple times in between. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I fucked up a bit. I wanted to go to bed at 2 a.m., but there's just a lot to do. Like, again, like, trying to download Adobe Premiere Pro on the laptop, trying to, get the hard drive to work, trying to work with Venmo. There's a lot of shit to do, but, I didn't complete any of them. 3:40 to 8:30, it's honestly, it's fine. Like, I mean, it's just almost 5 hours. It's not that bad. Could be worse, Yeah, holy shit, it's actually happening. Because of my silly story idea. I'm waking up super early, and a lot of people are waking up super early, and a lot of people are gearing up and bringing all sorts of things for me, and it's actually happening, and I don't know. I hope it goes well, and yeah, it's a big responsibility, and fuck. I'm just gonna crash tonight. The moment I return home, I need dinner. After dinner, I'm gonna go back home tonight, have dinner, and then I'll just take a shower, and then I'll crash, and then I'll just sleep. You know, I don't fucking care anymore. Yeah. Fuck. If it's 5 people, if it's a 5 people short, at least I could say, oh, I just wasted the time and energy and the money of 5 people. But now it's like 17 people are going to waste their time for me. 17. Fuck, bruh. I really won't make another short film for a long time after this one. After this one, I'm kind of done, honestly. So, yeah. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck.
Yeah. No, it's cool because it's like a bubble here, so I'm not too pressed.
Yeah. And when sit Lolly, I missed you.
Oh my god. Wait, who moved?
Girl,
oh,
no, please
never mind.
don't start with me today. What's going on?
Yay! Hey!
Jason and Miss Chung play first. It's the scene where right after he sees the sign, he comes in, applies for the job. We love it. Then we go to 4 and 12, and then we're...
It goes pretty high. The center column also can go up.
Oh, nice. Alright, that's good. Very much.
Someone destroy that door.
Yeah. No. It's like, I don't know why, but...
Set up the phone wireless once I get the light set up.
So how does this look with high quality? Wait, actually, can someone else do it? Because I can see. Yeah.
After this, we're gonna do scene 12 because the light will be brighter. Scene 12 is when he leaves the restaurant for the very last time. So that is his second. I'll point to you for action, yeah? Okay.
Okay, yeah, we can start. We're
Whenever
ready.
you're ready? You call it?
Yep, we're ready.
Does this work?
There's not really.
Yes. Does this work? So, yes.
Life is so
But
bitter.
it ends.
Ooh. I know why he got this.
Are you serious?
Finish all of 2 by 12:30. We're gonna start cutting.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine, we're fast.
We can do it.
I know why you got this. I know why you got this.
Why did I get this? Cliff. Oh.
Alright, okay, that's perfect.
You can even take a step back, like a little step back if it's more comfortable. Alright, still.
Shut it off.
I really like the Avatar lantern. It's more spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's points.
Action.
On your ones, and then I'm crossing this way. No, you're good.
Cool, I never heard of that.
Okay, Lauren, I think we're ready. Enoch, are you behind monitor?
That's very Enochian. That's very nice.
That was really good. Enochian is
Yeah.
what you said.
Scene 12, take 2, Mark.
Thank you.
Let's see, test, Mark.
Let me bring us light. Point straight in at the window.
Scene 3 plus the other one, which is the same setup.
Okay.
Which
Scene
is-
3 and 5A. I think it's 5A.
Let me get stinger.
No, 5A.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5A. Yep. So we'll just shoot those back to back.
Not the information.
So they don't have a business. When does like
There's
is it
one
just
that's-
re-upped every year? Is that what it is?
Which
Heading over.
She's not on Mouse Blue's head. Okay.
So, we still have coverage in the kitchen. We have not started scene 5. 5 is.
He's so shaky for some stabilization.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll work it out.
More
Go,
chairs being
leave.
off, him, nothing's changed.
Leave.
Um,
It's long enough. Yes.
and
Okay.
coworker comes in, looks little things outside because I wasn't like,
You're not doing it.
yeah,
You're just
it's, yeah.
How was that shoot?
is the door locked?
No, I just came in. Where is he? He's crazy. It's a different guy. You guys didn't meet him. He was in the office. He was in the office.
Can we shut us down? Like we're just in.
He's coming.
Speeding.
Is this like a broth?
Cameras like turn off these lights. No.
Okay. We're rolling.
Take 1, Mark.
Look.
Oh, he's gonna be.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna be
pick it up.
chopping it.
This is
That's
pretty good.
that's good. Just dim a little bit. 'Cause
Wait, sorry. Where's this one position? Like here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good then.
But we see shadow.
If I stay still, you won't
Okay.
be a difference.
Okay. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
1 second. Enoch, are you watching?
Yes.
All good?
Yep.
Yes.
In position. All right.
Wait for my set. Camera set.
And action.
I'm gonna grab the apple box.
That's my water bottle. Just put it on the ground.
Lauren, is it in the center? Oh, he's.
Yes, please.
I'm chilling.
Action. Go. Action. Go.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, people always shit on Domino's or pizza on set, but it's like, if you are dying, it's like, it's gonna be good.
No, like.
shit, I'm shooting black and white. Hold on.
Oh. Wait, how does the black and white look? I mean,
It looks
I
good,
prefer
but
color though.
It doesn't actually change the image, so it's still color detail.
Also, rap on Miles. You're not needed on Saturday. Yeah, thank you so much.
Get me embroidered.
Can I do it? Yeah. Yeah.
Where are we putting? Did he tell you where?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Also, he locked the main door. So going up on.
Oh wait, where did this come from?
I have no idea. I just found.
Just throw it away. Just throw it away.
What is this stuff?
I don't know.
Do you want this?
Are we still?
Got the painting over here. Eating some oranges, and then I'm just gonna fucking go to bed. What a day. All right, time now is 2:34 a.m. in the morning on January 24th. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk now and I'll just immediately go to bed. But yeah, so today might be the biggest day of my life since May 20th. Holy shit, I did not expect today to go like this at all. So yeah, it's the short film shoot of Objects in Mirror Are Closer Than They Appear. A day 1 out of 2. And yeah, woke up super early, prepared. I was scared, honestly. Like, I think I already woke up at like 8-ish. And I was like, or yeah, my alarm was set at 8:45, but I think at 8:30 I woke up and I was like, oh my god, right, there's some like technological stuff I need to fix first, like, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the laptop, maybe it's my portable charger or whatever, or hard drive. And then I fell back asleep, and then I woke up at 8:45. Despite having not a lot of sleep, I was okay. I think right off the bat in the morning, I already had the adrenaline rush. Like, I'm already like, oh shit, I'm making a short film again. Even though it's been a whole ass year since I've made my short film. Quite literally, like, yeah, even though it's been, I think exactly 1 year. I mean, Love and Death started on January 24th as well, or 5th, I don't know. Anyways, it's nearly been a whole year. It feels like not a long time has passed, and it's like I'm making a short film again. It's crazy, but yeah, I just, you know, I made sure everyone got it, and I checked my messages, and boom, I'm ready to go. I didn't eat breakfast. I just grabbed 3 granola bars, and then that's it. So I changed my clothes, and then I was ready to go. Theoretically, Benny picks me up at 9:15, and then around the same time period, he's gonna go to the USC Village to the Target to pick up Glenn. Yeah, so Benny's late for like 40 minutes. I called Benny, and Benny's like, oh, sorry, I'll be running late. And I'm like, have you picked up Ariel? And Ariel's like, I'm here. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, how about Crafty? And Benny's like, yeah, we're gonna get Crafty now. And then a little bit later, I called him again, and he's like, yeah, no, we don't have time to go to Crafty. We'll figure that out later. I'm just gonna bring you and Glenn and Ariel to set now. And I'm like, okay. which is messed up. That's why I brought 3 granola bars with me. I thought I could eat 1 and then I'll share 2 with others. Also, I already ate 1 last night, and I'm eating another one today, but it's survival, who cares? So, Benny picked me up eventually, and Ariel's there, and they're not awkward at all. I don't know what the fuck Benny is on about. I understand why Benny would be scared that it's gonna be awkward. They had sex every day. Yes, I knew it, okay? I know that. And then suddenly they didn't talk, but honestly, it was fine. It's like nothing happened between them. It's not awkward. Or maybe there's awkwardness between them before I hopped onto the car, but maybe not. But yeah, we picked up Glenn, and by then it was already like 9:40 or like 9:50 maybe. And then Benny's like, okay, we'll go to set. We'll arrive on set at 10:30. And we finally arrived at 10:40. But it's okay. Cliff called Ariel like a couple times. Cliff called me once, I think. Just like asking me when will we arrive and like what shot are they doing. But they're already setting things up. Like everyone were already there. And Benny, the producer, and me, the director, are the latest. And Ariel, the AD, and the main actor are the latest. Insane. Why? But anyways, who cares? We arrived, and Benny's like, yeah, be prepared to cut down some scenes. We may not have enough time. And I'm like, oh, we're pretty sure we have enough time. Ariel's insane. She's like a queen or something, and like the moment she's on set, she like gave everyone a speech. She's like, thank you for coming. We all clapped, and I wanted to say some words because I'm the director, but I got awkward and I was also sleepy. So I'm like, yay, we'll be doing well, yeah, and clapped, and that's it. Just reveling in my awkwardness. But it's surreal that this is the restaurant we location scouted with Cliff and Elin and Benny like a month ago, and now it's entirely us. Me, Benny, Ariel, Cliff, Jake, Justin P, Lauren, Ken, Elin, Takumi, Sidlali's here. Holy shit, the three actors, Glenn, Leland, Miles. Am I missing anyone? Naja. And Esmeralda, the makeup artist. We're all in a team, and the place is completely owned by us now, and it's already set up. Like the tables are littered with bags. There's a little makeup station. There's a round table near the entrance where they store all the camera gear. It's already automatically turned into a film set. It's crazy. I've been to multiple film sets and it always turned out like this. A makeup table, a gear table, and it's all happening, and it's like, holy shit. The art department are doing their job. Sidlali seems to be very chill. Sidlali caused 0 issues today. 0. Zilch. Nada. Also didn't talk that much to her because half the time she would be gone. But of the time she's here, she's chill with people. And she seems chill with me, so okay. And then we immediately started with scenes. So the day could be separated into 4 chunks. The first chunk is restaurant, which is scenes 2, 4, and 12. And we plan to shoot 4 first, which is my cameo. Then 12, which is the ending. And then 2, which is the scene after the title card, the scene where Jason walks into the restaurant. But there have been rearrangements. Cliff wanted to do 12 first, which I don't like filming the ending as the first shot. Not great. Then he's like, okay, how about 2 first? So we ended up filming 2 first, and then it's 2, 4, 12, and then it ended up being 2, 12, 4. now. 2/4/12. It ended up being 2/4/12. So we filmed it. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone's working well. And the craziest thing about today is that today's the day I realize how much potential I actually have and how capable I actually am. Like, again, in Hong Kong, I look down on myself and have zero self-respect. But I never really realized how fucking capable I am of a director. I know I'm being narcissistic right now, I'm being a little prideful, egotistical perhaps, but let me be. I've struggled with low self-esteem so much that I just need a bit of an ego trip right now. Holy shit, was I a good director? Like, I was a better director than I thought. And I don't mean, like, I don't know, on the artistic side of things, I could do better, probably. But, like, today, my performance was peak. Like, it was peak me. You know how on May 20th, I, screened my short film and then I confessed to Leslie? That was peak me. Today was even more peaker. It's the peakest me. I don't know. First of all, I was on everything. Like, I walked around and I made sure art department doing their jobs and the camera team's working on it. And that's the producer's job. But I still managed to do that. I went around and gave granola bars to people, and then, like, I just let people do their things. And yeah, it's crazy. There's a humongous difference between the short films I've shot before. Namely Dreams of an Empty Street, Cloud Busting, My Bloody Valentine, and Love and Death. Let's not count Dreams of an Empty Street because I didn't produce it. There is a team who, there's a small skeleton crew who is under the control of Paco, the producer. But Cloud Busting, My Bloody Valentine, and Love and Death, super small crew. So I always know what's going on because the crew is like 5 people. Yeah, usually I feel like an idiot because I don't know the crew people that well. And it's so fucking ironic because in My Bloody Valentine and Love and Death, even Dreams of an Empty Street, it's in Hong Kong, it's in Cantonese, it's my hometown. Yet, it is only when I'm working with 16 other people, most of them from different cultural backgrounds, from different countries. Somehow I work even better with them. I trust them even more, and I feel comfortable being with them. But, like, with a bunch of, with people, like, yeah, I know Chung Sek-lun, like, I've worked with him a couple times, and, the insurance guy, Chunhua, he's great, but, like, I don't know them well enough that I trust them 100%. Like, I still feel like they think I'm insane. Whereas in here, because I trust them a lot and they know me as a friend first and foremost, but also it's LA. There are a lot of filmmakers here. There are a lot of, people with artistic sensibility. So I'm not like the only person who's like insane. There's a lot of insane people like me. So I think because of that, it's so much more comfortable being with, like, today is probably the most comfortable and confident I've been directing. Another thing is I'm on it. There's so many like set lingos, like strike that light, or should we do a pan or a tilt? We cheat this actor to make him more profile. There's a lot of art department stuff, like, the Buddha, the spray paint, the tanka, the paper, the food, the dishes, the posters. I know everything they're talking about, which is crazy. I didn't know I'm capable of doing that, but I actually am. Like, I know everything. There are a couple moments in sound where Naja is like, "Oh, do you want to do stereo 5.1?" And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm not sure what that is. But most of the things, I know what's happening, and I just I can imagine how, like, if you put Carly in the same situation, Carly may not perform that well. If you put Thomas here, he's gonna die, like, instantly. Like, Thomas doesn't even know what focal lengths do. And Cliff is so good. After every single shot, Cliff is like, okay, Enoch, let's test the focal lengths of the next shot. And he will pull out the Artemis app where you could, sort of pre-visualize what the next shot will look like with different, millimeter lens, with this, with this mount and crop factor and whatever. We move very fast. Thank God Ariel's here. She really, like, pushed everyone along and made everyone cheer up, because she just has this, it doesn't matter how psychologically damaging the set experience is for her, Ariel always acts cheery and uplifting, and that sort of energy just brings the whole set up. And at the very end of the day, Ken and Elin were like, thank God you brought Ariel here. Yep, that's the right choice. Like, everyone's so happy that Ariel's here. It's actually almost scary how powerful she is. Like, I just brought in the most powerful woman in my community college film department, which is honestly an honor to have her here, and crazy that she's ADing under me. Yeah, first chunk of the day, the kitchen, we spent a lot of time setting up for scene 2, we spent a lot of time setting up for 4, I did makeup on my face, just light makeup from the makeup artist, and I was laughed by Naja. Naja was like, oh, that's weird, I didn't know one day I'll have to lav Enoch up, but here we are. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird acting in front of them, because it's been a while since I've acted, but also in front of them. And also I speak one line in Cantonese, one line in English. But anyways, I did it. I thought it was really awkward. I'm like one of the least photogenic persons in the world, so however I'll look awkward. But I think it worked, so yeah. And then scene 2, originally I wanted scene 2, the scene where Jason walks in to be a 10mm, but we ended up using 8mm fisheye, which is fun, it's fine, interesting visually, distorted for sure, but it works. If it works, it works. But everything else, like, usually when I make short films, I don't care about these details too much, like the actors' marks, like certain lighting, like highlights being blown out, low lights, stuff like that. But today I got to care about them. It doesn't feel that crazy that I got to care about them, because I feel like I've cared about these things in short films for a long time, but never have I ever done that to my own short film. In Love and Death, of course, I cared about focus and, blown out highlights and low lights and, whatever, camera movements, stuff like that, marks. But never have I ever been so precise, yet I was so precise today, and I was able to be that precise today. Today felt like a Film 33 project, but everyone's actually having fun and respecting each other. Elin and Ken still dislike Benny, but they don't outright piss Benny off and tell him to fuck off. Like, they still get along on set, Yeah, and I'm glad Elin doesn't hate me. Nobody hates me. I think because my personality come off as like a huge, nice softie. So, but then today I also have to put on the director personality. Like, I'm commanding. I'm like, okay, good, great, excellent. I'm always doing that. I'm like, wait, hold on. Before we shoot, move this camera, pan up a little more, like stuff like that. I need to be affirmative. I need to be strong and like decisive and a good leader. So it's like a good combo. Like, you're a soft, kind guy, but you're also like a leadership position now. And So nobody was ever frustrated with me. And even if I give frustrating demands, you know, it doesn't come off frustrating. It comes off like I seriously want it. So people really see that I have a vision today. People really see that I know what I'm doing today, which is insane. But yeah, first chunk, scene 2, 4, 12. 12 looked fucking amazing. Lauren put it on a gimbal. We waited that for 15 minutes, probably even more, but we did the ending scene. And Leland and Glenn, they have acted before and they do it well. There's a mini choreographed moment where both of them have to walk into frame at the same time and get into their position. They like nailed it immediately, or in 2 takes, and then the gimbal follow him and it fades into white. You know what? Looks phenomenal. And after that, Cliff was like, wow, looks great. And other people are like, yeah, looks great. There's so many moments today where people are like, oh, that looks so good. Oh, yeah, you know, there's like a positivity going on, which is wild. Again, it's like the opposite of ends and means. Kuchio would never. And once in a while, I know like being a director is serious, but like once in a while I make jokes, and I think that's so good. Like, it's a director who knows how to relax and chill. And Glenn, that's what Glenn told me. I look up to John L a lot. John L's directing, in Anywhere the Wind Blows, amazing. Like, I aspire to be like him. But Glenn says he prefers my method more than him because I'm more chill, and John L is more strict, and intense. And I also do like 3 to 4 takes per shot because we don't have a lot of time today. I'm also an insanely fast director. While John L is not. John L does like 8 to 9 takes per shot. And Glenn really likes doing what I do. No, I mean, Glenn really likes what I have done. Okay, well, let me check battery. 29%, good. I need to sleep. I'm dying, actually, of tiredness. So, first chunk is finished. Benny was like, okay, we gotta cut a scene. Let's cut scene 2. Like, scene 2, shot 2. Like, 2-2. And let's cut 1D. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, let's cut it. And Ariel's like, no, like, we actually don't, we're good on time. And Benny's like, no, we do need to cut it. And Ariel's like, no. So, first chunk is over, now we have scene 1, and this is where the first conundrum really begins. So we went out to shoot the exterior, and that's the first scene. And first scene is important, you know. I feel like one of the biggest flaws of Love and Death is that the first scene isn't convincing enough. It's a very interesting concept, but, you know. So we filmed, and the first scene has like 5 shots. There's 1-1, which is a montage of plates and bowls of rice and noodles and soup, shumai, whatever, dim sum. And that's not really one shot, that's multiple shots. I'll just stitch them together. 1A is the actual entrance of Jason. He walks into his own reflection. Like, he just shows up as a reflection on the glass. Ooh. Scene 1B will be him walking in the glass, but it's actually him. And he looks right. We see a piece of paper saying we are hiring. He walks to that. 1C is the paper we are hiring. 1D is his face close up. So we were shooting 1A, and you know, Nadja's holding a boom mic. Jake is doing First AC. Jake killed it, nailed every single shot. There's no mistake being made. None. Cliff's here with a camera. Benny's just here. Ariel's here. I'm here. It's very obvious we're shooting something. So we got a little worried. Suddenly, this Asian guy, I honestly low-key think he's a Hong Konger because of his accent, but he came up to us with glasses, and he's like, and he's talking, and Ariel walked up to him, and Ariel started talking to him, and I'm like, oh shit. And we all started getting worried. So I walked up to them, and yeah. So that guy, so right across the street is a city hall of Temple City, which is insane. And we don't have a permit or anything because I'm broke and we're not doing that. We're insane. We're psychos. We're doing it guerrilla style. That guy, he works at City Hall. He saw us and he came here to fine us. Fine, like give us a fine. So before he could do that, he gave Ariel a notice first and told Ariel and Benny. And Ariel almost made me talk to that guy, or like gave my personal information to that guy, which I thought was reasonable. I'm the person behind all this. I'm the mastermind behind all this. So I have the responsibility. But Ariel was like, oh no, just take my phone number. And then a little bit later, Ariel was like, Enoch, sorry I put you on the spot. You know, I shouldn't have done that. It was very silly of me. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, it makes sense. But anyways, so Ariel and Benny have to go to the city hall before 5 p.m. to talk to them. And they will decide, the city hall government people will decide if they can keep filming or not. Inside, we don't have permits for the inside. We definitely cannot shoot outside. That's banned immediately. Also, Temple City is super strict, but inside they legally can't do anything. But still, we don't have permits. Yeah, you know, we don't have permits. You know, we're not insured. There's no insurance. If we have to pay for a permit, it'll be $250 something, and we'll have to wait 2 weeks to actually get it approved, which is ridiculous. We're already shooting now. Benny came back with the money count, $250 something, and I was like, can we like fake pay it and then not actually pay it? And Benny's like, no, that's fraud. And Silali heard it, and Silali was like, yeah, that's a bad idea. But yeah, anyways, while Ariel was talking to the man, I was like, you know what, roll. Ariel was like doing this, and I'm like, roll immediately, roll it now. So Ariel's stalling time for us. We need to immediately film it in secret. So we immediately filmed 1A, we did a few takes, and then we just moved everything back in. So it's a nightmare. The opening scene is completely fucked in the ass. Ariel's like, let's move everything to kitchen. Let's just, you know, we're done with the scene. And then suddenly, I had a 2000 IQ idea. I was like, wait. What if we do scene 1, the montage, but not through the window, just here, right now? And they're like, okay, yeah, I mean, we can do it. It's not perfect, but I'll do the best I can do. Let's adapt, you know, and improvise. And I'm so glad I immediately thought of that. And again, I feel like this moment made a lot of people like gain trust in me. Like, oh, Enoch is a fast thinker, even when he's stressed out. There are a couple moments where, especially after this City Hall incident, Ariel was like, Enoch, are you okay? And Yelin's like, Enoch, you're good? You know, do you need a hug? But Ariel was like, do you need a hug? But yeah, I was stressed. But we immediately filmed 1. It was fun because we had Ken, Yelin, Takumi, and Esmeralda not stand in. They're literally like extras, backgrounds. And then at some point Silali replaced Takumi. But yeah, we filmed those shots and it was nice actually. And then before we completely scrapped scene 1, I mean, we did immediately scrap scene 1 afterwards, but during lunch, I was like, hold on, let's also do 1C and 1D. And a lot of people don't know what I'm saying. And they're like, are you saying we should go out again and film? And Ariel's like, no, we definitely can't do that. And I'm like, no, wait. I'm doing that again. And also, I think this is the only time throughout the entire day today where I'm heated up. Not necessarily in an angry way, but in a way where I'm like, listen to me. So Benny's talking over me, Ariel's talking over me, both of their voices are louder than me, and a bunch of other people, like Lauren's adding something, and I have an idea. I'm the fucking director. Let me speak, please. So I'm like, wait, hold on. I didn't say wait, hold on. I forgot what I said. I was like, actually, I have an idea. I wanna say, and then they started listening, and I spoke really fast. I was like, okay, I need to establish that the restaurant is hiring. Otherwise, scene 2 will feel out of place and weird. And we need to establish that Jason is going to the restaurant for a reason. That's why at the end of scene 1, we need these shots. So we definitely need these shots. And if we do have these shots, we don't need to go outside. We can film through the glass right here, right now, really quick. We don't even need sound, blah, 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 blah. I spoke super fast. Ariel was like, ooh, okay, he snapped. No, she didn't say that, but she looked like she was gonna say that. But while having lunch, which was like sandwiches, it's fucking expensive. $220 for 17 meals. But it's pretty good. It's Boar's Head. I could buy the exact same fucking sandwich at Ralph's, by the way, but it's good. Betty even took my credit card, American Express, and went out to pay for the sandwiches. But yeah, you know, yeah, and after Benny returned, Benny went out to buy lunch while the city hall thing happened, and I told Elin and Ken who were inside and was like, oh, Ariel told them we're actually filming a commercial for the restaurant, and they're like, ooh, Ariel, so smooth. And I'm also like very happy that Ariel's doing the negotiations, because Ariel is good at convincing people and being all serious and professional, because she is serious and professional. But yeah, goddamn. So we got it, and yeah, and we filmed after the montage of scene 1. We decided to film scene 3. We moved it into kitchen, so we moved to the final 2 chunks, so 4 chunks. Restaurant exterior, which got fucked. Kitchen, hallway. So we moved to kitchen. Everything moved to kitchen, and we began to do scene 3. Sandwiches have arrived, but we're still doing scene 3. So Ariel came back and again, she talked to the guy again, and she came back again saying, okay, we need to pretend that we're not doing anything. So we're filming the kitchen and the hallway, and we're rolling down all the windows and turning off all the lights and not be suspicious at all. Honestly, the problem could be worse, but I think we handled it quite well. So we moved on to scene 3, and that was, I think, the only moment today where I was a little bit pissed. Not pissed, but like impatient, because scene 3 took an hour and 10 minutes to set up, which is insane. It's just a wide shot in the kitchen, but the lighting took forever. They're doing a lot of stuff with the art department, with a pink bead curtain and the strings or the tonka or whatever, and it just went on and on and on and on. Ariel's a great first AD, but at this point Ariel didn't do a lot. So at some point I started to realize, okay, as the director, I need to move things along. So I started walking around asking, camera, when are you ready? PD, when are you ready? Sound, when are you ready? Okay, let's speed things up. Okay. Boom, 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 let's go. Okay, are we good? Let's rehearse. Yes, okay. Okay, quiet on set, quiet. Let's go. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I really tried to get things done. And again, people listened. We eventually filmed scene 3. It took us a whole hour to set up. God damn. We finally shot scene 3, and originally we wanted to shoot scenes 3 and 5A together because they're both the same setup, as in same lighting, same camera position, same 2 characters. It's Jason and Phil, aka Glenn and Miles, just at the kitchen. That's the whole thing. We filmed scene 3, filmed a couple times. I explained the blocking and the pacing. It all went well, and then we decided to break for lunch. So we had lunch, and then the whole scene 1C1D thing happened. Again, I was like talking really fast, and at first Lauren and Cliff didn't really know what I was trying to say. Cliff knows me way better. Like, Cliff almost immediately was able to get it. Like, oh, so we can like film at another spot, but also through a glass. But so what we did was we had Lauren pretend to be a pedestrian, just a random passerby, and like hide his camera, like his black magic, in his handheld. So we can't use tripods, it's too obvious. As he walked past a restaurant and see the "we're hiring" sign, he takes out the camera and just films it and then just walk back. And then he did that twice, and then we sent Glenn out to stare into a glass. Again, he's just a passenger, he's just a passerby. You know, no biggie. But we're actually secretly filming him. So we did that, and it worked, and I'm so glad that I immediately found a way to salvage scene 1. Yeah, shot 1B is fucked. It's gone. But I still can find a nice way to cut what we have together to make a coherent scene 1. That's great, you know. But aside from that and an exterior shot for scene 2, we got every single other shots. So after lunch, we finished in like 40 something minutes. I was like the last person to get lunch. I was the last person to get bagels and cream cheese and the coffee. Again, it's really weird because we got crafty, we got the catering, we got everything, and it's like a Film 33 project. It doesn't feel like my own short film. My own short films are always like small, guerrilla styled, all over the place. But this is like real and professional, and somehow I'm on top of it. Which is kind of surreal, but it also feels like it makes sense. So we move on to 5A, and again, that took a bajillion years. But yeah, at that point I was less impatient, and I just let them do their thing. We went through 5A, we went to 5B with the pan shot where Jason walks up to the curtain. Looks amazing. At first I was a little, really? I wanted a wider shot, wider lens, wider angle, and a more subtle pan, you know. But this time, even though it's 24mm, which is wide, on a Super 35 sensor, it's 30 something millimeter. It looks like that. But yeah, it is a drastic pan, but somehow it looked really good. Through the monitor, looked amazing. And then we have the carrots close-up shot, which also looked pretty good. Could be better. There are a couple moments, especially scene 5, I think scene 5A, when Miles just stormed in, and Glenn was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" At that point, Miles was like, Glenn was like screaming too much, was too dramatic, but at the same time, I told him to be dramatic. So there are definitely a couple moments where I struggle with what I want to say, but yeah, performance was meh, but I feel like it's still as good as we can possibly get while not wasting too much time. So we went through scene 5, and it's already sunset. It's already like 7 p.m. We need to wrap by 10. No, when we wrapped scene 5, it was like 8, so we have 2 hours to finish scene 6, which is insanely tight scheduled. But we somehow made it. We didn't make it at 10. We made it at 10:30, but still, not bad. So yeah, went through 5. That was the kitchen. We had a fisheye lens, which I wish it's more distorted, but still looks good. Again, there are like compositional things, like, I told Cliff that I want Glenn dead center, but that's not what I really mean. What I mean is I want the whole thing to feel symmetrical, so he was able to make it happen. Scene 6 happened, and again, Benny was like, "Okay, we're running out of time." Also, they went to City Hall, Benny and Ariel, they came back, and Again, not a lot of answers. All they said was, we can still film inside, we just can never ever go outside. B, they may or may not just walk up to us and stop us from filming, like right now, at any given time. Or they could just be bad at their jobs and forget about it. At some point, while we're filming 1D during lunch, the guy that Ariel spoke to earlier today suddenly showed up outside of the restaurant and was about to cross the road. And I was like, everyone, quiet! And we all like quiet and stood still. It's such a hilarious moment. What an iconic moment. Anyways, jump back to scene 6. We did scene 6. The hallway shot, and then Miles' dead body. Miles already started doing makeup while we filmed scene 5. I wish the makeup's more gruesome, but yeah, Miles' dead body shot was a bit trouble because Miles is not good at playing a scary dead body. He looks funny as a dead body. So I gave all these instructions. I showed him a clip from Ring, the Japanese horror film, and asked him to sort of replicate that, but not really. I asked him to open his mouth, but he just looks like he's, instead of like, actual death destruction face. So I was like, okay, you just saw something and you immediately died, and that something was something that humans cannot see, and he didn't get it. And then I'm like, okay, imagine a very violent death, your head is crushed. And then in another take I was like, okay, imagine your head is a spaghetti and is being pulled, because I was thinking of like the spaghetti effect that a black hole does, but when I said that, it sounded so unhinged. Lauren started laughing, Cliff was laughing, Ariel was laughing. I'm okay with them laughing, because that's kind of the point. Like, I'm crazy and I come up with crazy directions. I'm a very descriptive person with very strong sense of visuals. But yeah, Miles' dead body was not great, but I'm sure we'll work out. We'll find a good spot in the video. Then we changed to gimbal, the last 3 gimbal shots. At that point we had like 1.5 hours. It was like 9:30 and we had 1.5 hours to, it was like 8:30 we're 1.5 hours to wrap everything up. It's 3:15 already, fuck. Thank God at that point I was confident that we definitely have enough time for every single shot, for all the 3 gimbal shots. And again, these 3 shots sort of like rearrange themselves. But first shot is the push in and tilt up. Lauren is operating it, and man, Lauren doesn't get my style. Lauren's super experienced, super professional, but damn, he doesn't get me. Which, whenever I give instructions to Lauren, it makes me feel special, because Lauren's always like, okay, when Glenn is scared, we should like push in to like emphasize that he's scared, right? Like the camera should go in to show that he's scared. But in my head, I'm like, no, because if you do that, it would feel like a car commercial. Ooh, look, he's scared. Vroom. No. If he's scared at a distance, it's even scarier. I'm going for the artsiness, the subtlety. So Glenn does a 90-degree spin, is scared, turns around, and then the camera follows him. It's a bit complicated, bit of choreography, but we nailed it in 3 takes. I was like 3 times a charm, and then if we did something in 5 takes, I was like 5 times a charm. Like, I kept making jokes like that. But it worked, and then they shone a light on the upside down Buddha, which I didn't expect, and when that happened, I was like, whoa, it actually looks insanely good. And Cliff was like, yeah, it's so good. Then we did the Beau is Afraid shot, which again, I love how every single shot has like a name now. The push and tilt up, the Beau is Afraid, the 360 spin. So the Beau is Afraid shot is Jason looking this way and then boom, 9-degree. But that was extremely difficult because it's a narrow hallway, and Lauren cannot position 1 with this in the camera this side. It's impossible. You either do this and do this and then go up, or you do this, or you do like not 90-degree in the first place. And a lot of takes sucked ass, and at that point I was already really tired and sleepy, but I'm so glad that I was still conscious enough to give these instructions and still have standards. Usually near the end of the day, I start to care less and less about my shots and just want to go home. And that's bad. So being a director, you really need to maintain that energy of, yes, yes, I still have standards. I still have critiques. So I can tell Lauren was almost a little frustrated with me, because Lauren was like, and I know it must suck being stuck in such a narrow hallway trying to do such a crazy maneuver. But I explained to him, like, we need to do this. And Cliff knows what I mean, and Ariel's trying her best to intermediate between me and Lauren. So this is the restaurant, this is the hallway. And I was at the restaurant, the monitor's there. Lauren's beside me, but we're separated by a wall, and we can't hear each other. So Ariel's at the back here, in the back door, and was like a triangular communication. And Lauren's like, but no. And then I'm like, but, and I feel bad for putting Lauren at such a tough spot, but I really, really wanted this crazy shot. So we did it again and again, and Lauren was like, oh, how about I just cheat? I go forward a little bit so that I can do the spin. And I'm like, sure. So we did that like 4 times. And at some point, I'm like, okay, that looks good enough. And Lauren's like, no, I can do another one. Which is great, because when I said, oh, I think that's good enough, it's me essentially giving up. Yeah, it's good enough. Fuck it. But Lauren's like, no, I can do better. I have one more in me. So the last take, it was perfect. Perfectly synced up with the movement of Glenn's head. And Cliff was like, ooh. And I was like, yeah. And we all like clapped. And I'm like, I gave him a thumbs up. Again, like, I don't usually act all optimistic and bubbly, but I feel like a bit of positivity here would be great. And then I even joked around saying, why did I come up with a shot like this? And Nadja's like, yeah, because you're a special director. And I joked saying, oh, I'm not like other directors. And a lot of people laughed. But it's cool to know that I can prioritize art and style over a crew's well-being, which is usually a bad thing, but this is a good thing. This is an improvement for me. Like, I have a vision and I stick to it. So the martini shot, the last shot of the day, is the 360 spin. And again, when I said 360 spin, Cliff immediately knows what I'm talking about. Cliff explained it to his team. We got it. And we just filmed it. There was a moment in the push-in tilt-up where the Buddha's front is facing Glenn. That's wrong. We don't do that. I want the Buddha's back to face Glenn, so that when we do the 360 spin, we see both the Buddha face and Glenn's face. And I know the small Buddha, it almost fell down multiple times. It never really did fall down, but it almost did multiple times, and it's like a very sensitive area. Like, one wrong move, the whole thing collapses. There's like a spider web of like red ribbons and duct tapes, There was a point where they just gave up. They can't put the Buddha upside down, so they wanted to clamp it. I'm like, please don't. Again, I'm glad I stuck to that vision. So we ended up using duct tape, and it looks great. But I told Elin to change the Buddha orientation, so in like 4 minutes, she changed it. So, great. 360 spin, it worked. It's just a maneuver pressing a button. Anyways, it's not that complicated. And then afterwards, we even had time to take some photos for the poster of the short. I gave my hard drive to Benny. Benny gave it to Cliff. And then Cliff gave it back to Benny so that Nadja can transfer the sound files. And then Benny gave it to Cliff. So now Cliff has my hard drive. It has nothing in it, but Cliff will turn the raw footage, make proxies, and then give me both the raw and the proxies. And yeah, it is only yesterday when I found out that I edit with proxies. Proxies are compressed video files. Raw files are raw. They're the highest quality, they're the original, have all the color information. I always thought you just edit with raw, but of course you can't, because I edit with a laptop. But even computers, editing raw on computer is tough, because a lot of computers are not strong enough. So we always edit with proxies. We have the sequence, we give Cliff that sequence, and then you can put the raw in those sequences. So that's how it works, apparently. But yeah, we got the shot, we all clapped our hands, and it's crazy. We took a giant group photo with the giant Buddha statue, which Elin and Ken are really happy about. Yeah, we did it. Cliff was even like asking me, like, so how do you feel? It's difficult to describe. Also, I want to just lie down. It's difficult to describe. I think, again, it feels like a Film 33 project, and not like my own short film. Yet it is my own short film. And Ariel was like, oh, this is one of the most interesting sets I've ever been on. And I'm like, really? Because Ariel has been on hundreds and thousands of sets. But Ariel's was like, yeah, this is crazy. It looks so good. And I'm like, oh, if this is crazy, the next one is like crazy, even crazier. Because I'm already like holding back with objects in mirror. This is me playing safe. So they're like, ooh, okay. And Elin and Ken, when we're outside of the parking lot, Elin and Ken were like, so what's your idea for your next short film? And I'm like, nah, I can't say because it's too illegal, too insane. Half of CMD will hate me. So they're like, oh, so they may or may not have an idea. And Ariel thought it's about Film 33, and I'm like, no, it's much more complicated than that. Because it is. It's a elegant, poetic, artsy, abstract film that is also about violence, and it's psychosexual, and it's depressing as hell, and the timeline jumps all over the place, and somehow some of the characters are inspired by real people. Sounds like an absolute nightmare of a beautiful dreamscape, but yeah, we wrapped, and the boss finally showed up. I was gonna call the boss because it's 10:30 and the boss is still not here. The boss was supposed to come at 10, but the boss finally showed up. I heard keys. Elin heard keys. The boss came in, and the boss was nice about everything. And we're like, yeah, I paid him over Zelle $400. It's cool. We cool. And we wrapped super fast. And then that's it. It's weird seeing Glenn being with all these people because Glenn belongs to USC World, but we all got along super well. And yeah, Naja, Miles, Ariel, and who else? Lauren made Instagram stories with me in it. It's so fucking crazy. Again, I say this all the time, but like 4 or 5 years ago, that would never happen. But now in America, with this many people for a short film shoot, and I'm treated like a king or something, insane. Yeah, finally, Benny drove me, Glenn, Ariel back home. There are some leftover props that I paid for it, or I haven't paid, but I will pay for it. And Elin has no space to store it at her place, so I got a painting, and I literally just hung it over here, and I got a giant Buddha statue. I tried to sneak it under my bed, doesn't fit, so I placed it outside of the living room. Benny helped me place the giant Buddha on the table. But yeah, crazy. It's crazy too, because usually film sets, no matter what type of location it is, it always turns into dreamy, surreal places because you're tired and sleep deprived, and people are doing the lighting, and you're not sure what's really happening, and it's quiet and, filmic. cinematic, but I'm constantly conscious today. I'm constantly sober today. I didn't pee at all. I didn't sit down that much. After I came back home, I ate an orange and I'm going to bed. We also ordered pizza. So Elin came up to me and was like, we're all really hungry. It's not on you. It's not your fault. It's Benny's fault. Benny's the producer. He's supposed to take care of us. So Benny should order some food. And Ariel's like, okay, yeah, let's order some pizza. And I'm like, and Ariel's like, okay, I know you don't want to spend your money. It's fine. I'll just pay myself. And I'm like, okay. So they bought 3 Domino pizzas. And I'm like, okay. And again, I feel like they're genuine about, like, Elin telling me that it's not my fault and Ariel wanting to pay instead of me paying. Because I've been so nice and kind in front of them that no matter how wrong my set feels, it never felt wrong, but even if it does, they won't, like, blame it on me. And they'll try to, like, protect me, which is crazy. But, yeah, it went really well today. It's peak. I think, yeah, I can actually be a pretty fucking good director. I had it down. Like, when I was directing, I knew exactly what shot sizes, what camera movements. I know if the next shot will include music or not. I know how will it look in the edit. I care about the performances, the lines. I try to give good acting instructions. Like, instead of line reading, talk about motivations, talk about emotions. I'm improving on all fronts, and if Kuchio finds out, he's going to be livid. Why is this Enoch guy doing so well? When Leslie finds out, she's going to be like, what? Why are you so good at this? I want someone to be jealous of me. I want to talk about this with Justin, the Malaysian guy. I know this is like a weird tangent, but it's true. Like, we're both artsy Asians. Artsy Asian dudes who wants to make artsy short films. And it's Justin's first time directing, and I really want to relay some of my advice and tips to him, even though I'm younger than him. And Ariel's like, yeah, sure, you should do it. So yeah, you know, I think I'll be meeting him this Thursday. Because Justin's leaving in a week. I'm super tired now. Gotta go to bed. Talk more tomorrow.